Hello everyone, and welcome to another Top 5 Records video. Today I'm going to be comparing the Beatles with the Beatles. And what am I going to be comparing? Well, this is part of a series in which I'm taking a closer look at the legendary Beatles 2014 mono box, and it's the stuff that gets a um, mythical pressure from every now and then. And I wonder, is that pressure correct? So I'm going to compare the 2014 pressing of With the Beatles with a first UK pressing from 1963. And what I have here is a original 1963 pressing. The quality is pretty good. And the only thing that I notice here is, well, in the cover you have a slight little tore. I don't mind it that much because looking inside, the quality of this record, and it's so rare because it's more than 60 years old, is, yeah, I would call this near mint. This is a near mint pressing, and I did not pay big bucks for it. I was just lucky to find one. It sounds spectacular, really, really spectacular. Um, the sound is very clear on the original, much clearer than my experience with the 1963 pressing of Please Please Me. The voices are most noticeable here. They have a beautiful natural sound. Um, a beautiful natural sound. I love the way the drums sound on this one. It's a very clear, precise sound. I love the way the cymbals sound here. Obviously, the mastering focuses mostly on the voices. Back in the day, a lot of these records were mastered with the idea that they should be able to play on cheap children equipment. So they would take some bass out, take some high ends out. This one, I I kind of I kind of like the high. I do think the high on the cymbals and on the drums is pretty good though. So it was not really what I was expecting for a record from this day and age to sound like. It has great detail. It has great punch. Very nice, clear, beautiful recording. So, how does it hold up against the 2014 mono reissue? Well, listening to the record, not changing my volume, the first UK one, I got about, on average, 79 decibel with a maximum of 86 decibel. I did not change the volume, and listening to this one, it is about 1 decibel lower, so, or softer. 1 decibel softer. Nevertheless, it feels just as loud. It even feels just as punchy. Man, this 2014 one is really, really good. I should show you what it looks like. Again, the flip back. There's even a there's even a how do you say this? The packaging of this album replicates as closely as possible the artwork and construction of the original LP released in November 1963. Some of the copyright information has changed since then. This revised information is listed here and on the labels of the disc. And I've never noticed this. Mastering engineer was Sean McGee. Mastering supervisor Steve Berkowitz. Well, that's all interesting information, and a little bit of a advertisement for the Beatles' Love in Cirque du Soleil. Um, Great presentation. Yellow Parlophone labels, and the sound is just, it's stunning. I think it's less compressed. It sounds less compressed. It's even, I think it has a little bit more detail. The sound is a little bit brighter. Drum and bass sound slightly brighter here, though both have a beautiful presentation on that regard. More detail in the voices. The sound is a little less harsh, though I would not call the original a harsh sounding record, but this one just goes a little bit smoother. Um, it really still feels as powerful as the original. It feels as fresh as the original, which doesn't always happen when you get a reissue. Also, when you go to it opens with a banger. It won't be long, but when you go to the ballads here, this record just has great nuance. It's a beautiful representation. And the thing is, um, I stepped into these comparisons somewhat with the idea that the originals are better. They have this history, and um, I know that there are mastering engineers who say that tapes do not naturally deteriorate, or that they can sound as good as back in the day. And there are occasions in which some master tapes or some pressings definitely do, but I also have situations in which there's a great mastering engineer, and they do a great job, and perhaps the tapes are even in a good condition with cuts and slices wise, but you miss a certain freshness. The texture is different, and then you might get a little bit nostalgic to the original record. This one does not have that. This is a most gorgeous, perfect improvement on the original. This is truly unique, and I do think that this mono box set has a definitive treasure in holding this gorgeous, gorgeous pressing. So I'm curious, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.